Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to show you 4 different ways to peel one of these. So you ready? Let's get into this. This first one is what I like to call the cap and peel method. For this method, we're going to use a knife and we're going to cut through the skin, but we don't want to cut the meat of the orange too much. So you're going to want to cut through the skin near the cap, just enough to get through the skin, but not into the meat. And you're going to want to pull the orange around like this, try to keep this line straight, and we just want to cut through the cap. And once you've connected there, then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the orange. About the same spot, you want to do this pretty far down, and you want to just cut just through the skin, coming all the way around like that. And you can see I've got a cut around here and a cut right around here. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this cap off, just like that, and just like this. Be careful not to damage the orange there underneath, and you can use your thumb just to get up underneath the stem there, just like that. Next, again, we're just cutting through the skin. We're just going to cut down and around on the orange here several times. Make sure you're getting through the skin, but not really into the meat of that orange again, just like we did before, and just keep kind of going around the orange here until we get back to the beginning again. And once you've done that, all we got to do is just kind of get up underneath here, and we can peel these pieces off in segments, just like this. And then you're good to go, and you can just kind of peel that from here. I like to call this second method the accordion method. The accordion method is a little bit more messy, but it's also a lot faster. So basically all you're doing is you're gonna cut off the top cap here. In this case, you wanna make sure you cut off just enough just to get that stem out of there. And we'll do it on the other side here on the bottom. And that should look a little bit like that. And now we're gonna cut down through the orange. You can see all the lines here between the segments. We're gonna cut down evenly right along one of these lines, right to the center. So we got that. And then we'll just cut through, make sure we got a clean cut all the way through there. And then all you gotta do now is just kind of stretch it out like this. If the segments are sticking together a little bit, you can always kind of jam your finger in between there, or you can actually use that knife and cut right along the segment here to give it a little helping hand. For me, this method is more for putting the oranges on some sort of display or something. The other ones are probably a little bit better if you're planning on eating the orange right away. By the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. We call our third way to peel an orange the spoon handle method. For this method, we're going to go ahead and cut this orange in half, but we're going to cut it along its equator. Make sure you have the stem at the top here. So let's go ahead and cut this through. Try to get as close to the middle as possible, just like that. And then we're going to use our spoon handle, and then you're going to want to position the handle of the spoon right here where the pith starts and push into the skin and just kind of work around the orange here. Try to keep the pressure on the skin and away from the actual orange itself. And once you've made this all the way around, you're going to want to go ahead and dig that spoon handle in a little bit further, just to make sure you get it dislodged from the top of the stem here. And eventually, it should just pop right off, like that. And then we'll go ahead and do that for the other one here, and just keep it the same way. You can actually do this pretty quickly if you want to, once you get the hang of it. Okay. And there you go. You can actually do this 2 different ways. You can actually cut the orange in half like I did here, or you can just go ahead and cut around the peel and leave the orange intact, and then just go ahead and slide the spoon up and around, and that way you'll be able to pull the entire orange out and just pull the top and bottom off. But this does make a pretty nice presentation this way too. And if you want to eat it for later, you can just go ahead and slide these back in here like this, put this back together, and then you can just kind of wrap it in some plastic like this, and it'll be good to go for later. Next, we have the spiral method. For this method is exactly how it sounds. Again, we're only gonna wanna cut through the peel, not the meat, so this takes a little bit of practice. We're starting up here, making a circle around the cap, and then slowly just kind of spiraling down until we get to the bottom. So we start up here, and we're going to kind of go around the orange. And remember, you don't want to connect here because you don't want to cut that cap off. So you're just going to kind of slowly start spiraling down here, down towards the bottom of the orange. And then once you're coming in around the bottom here, you're going to want to spiral that back around like this. And again, you don't want to connect the lines here because you want to pull this off in one big piece. Now all we got to do is we got to find our cut here. This is kind of coming around down this way. So we're going to start up here on the opposite end, kind of dislodge that. And then you're just going to want to follow the spiral cut that we made. You can use your thumb here to press up against the meat of the orange and just to help separate the peel from that as well. And you just kind of follow that around. And you're going to want to take your time on this because you don't want to tear the peel in the process here, because that takes away the fun. And once you get to the bottom, we can just kind of peel this off, and then your whole skin just kind of comes off like this. And there's your whole orange.
If you'd like to learn a little bit more about us, you can check out a couple more videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com.
Now that we've been through all that, if you're just peeling something like a Mandarin orange, then it's just as easy as peeling the skin, going around, and then just pulling it off here. This works with Mandarin oranges because they are very, very thin skin and they're pretty loose. So in this case, you can just kind of pull that off there. With Cara oranges, navels, and some other varieties, it's not that easy to get this stuff off. So in those cases, one of the methods we talked about earlier might be more helpful for you. I love oranges. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.